Welcome back friends, this is Sonia here from Growing Craft, and just in case if you have missed out on subscribing to our channel, please do that, and yes, do check our website www.growingcraft.com and let's get started. And today we are going to alter this jar. So this was a glass jar which was lying on my desk since long, and yes, these are the Rakis. Yes, I had promised you that I'm going to come up with a tutorial very soon where we are going to use all our old Rakis. So I know we have so many Rakis lying on our place and how to use it. So here what I have decided is to alter this jar and create a beautiful mixed media art out of it, and using my old Rakis was something which I really wanted to do, and I'm happy so that I'm doing it. Now from this whole big stack I'm just picking a few of the Rakis and I am going to stick this on my jar. Now for sticking this I'm using my Fevibond. If you want you can use any of your adhesives, and yes, you need to make sure that it should stick well. I am also mentioning few of the other options to stick your mixed media art, because it is very important that it should stay back, so any other liquid is not going to work out. You need to be a little careful when you are choosing your adhesive for your artwork. Now here you will see me sticking all the embellishments on the sides of the jar, and once I'm happy with this, then I'm going to stick one on the top of the lid. And trust me, I was so excited, and in fact I was very nervous. I was because not very sure that how it is going to work out. And yes, I had tried this technique earlier also, but adding your base color, prepping up your base and then adding colors is not that easy on Rakis, but once you are able to do it, it's absolutely fun. So as you can see that I don't have the same Rakis, which is an obvious thing. So everything looks really random now, but trust me, when it finishes up, it looks so fab, so beautiful, and I actually felt really good that I have used my old Rakis in a good way. So yes, now there was some of the light connection problem and all, but then we are back and we are still doing it because we don't want to stop right now. So if you realize, I have cut the most of the threads of the Rakhi because I did not wanted too much of threads on my base. So yes, I just did the excessive cutting work and this is good to go. Now for the base, I have taken up my gray color chalk paint and I'm adding water to it because this was really thick, and I had to, and I really had to mix this really well, because I need to make sure that all my embellishments and my base gets a really good color. So the reason why I'm adding my chalk paint here is because I wanted to make sure that my base is prepped up well, and for this project this chalk paint is going to work pretty well right now. On and off there was this connection problem, so the light was going and it was coming back, but we continued to shoot. And yes, now I was able to do this, and yes, I will be adding more and more water as and when required, but you have to make sure that you check the consistency. It should not be very thin, it should not be very thick. The problem is, if your paste is going to be very thick, then it is not going to go inside all the nicks and corners of your embellishments, and that's the reason we always prefer to have a little thin consistency than with any of your good quality chalk paint thickness. So anyways, the bottom of the jar is not going to be visible, so we are going to chuck that part, and we are going to cover all the embellishments and the visible size of the glass jar. And yes, you need to make sure that you let this dry for a very good time. So this is how it looks after drying. Yes, the color has changed completely. This is because of the drying process, and once I'm happy with the drying process, then we are going to start with the color blending technique. Now here I have taken a yellow color, orange color, and I'm going to add my metallic paint to it. So I have blended here my acrylic colors and my chalk paint, and I was so excited that I overdid my coloring part. So now I'll tell you why I added my chalk paint with my acrylic paint and why I added my metallic to my flat base colors. So I did not had the golden color honestly in my craft room. So I did this color blending, and yes, I am just doing a brush of work here. So I have taken up a flat Anukul brush, and with that I am using my mixed paints to color up my bottle jar. Now here I am being very particular that I don't want to overdo the colors. So what I am doing is I am highlighting my embellishments and doing a brush of work on the base of my jar. Now, as you can see with the flat brush, it becomes really easy, and I am absolutely in love with the Anukul brushes because I've been using this for 2 years. Nothing has happened, and it looks absolutely great and so comfort when you use your favorite brushes for your artwork. Now, spreading a little more color now, wherever you want, you can add your metallic colors a little more. Here, I wanted a more of a chrome goldenish color. That's the reason I'm doing a more of a chromish color. If you want, you can choose any other color shades too. But trust me, with the grayish black, this chrome yellow color is looking absolutely fab. Now on some of the parts, especially on the embellishments parts, I'm just going to highlight that with a bit of metallic paint and just a touch of work. That's it. You don't have to do too much of coloring here. Now I will be doing this on my complete jar, and yes, once this dries out, I'm going to seal this up with my varnish, and trust me, this looks so gorgeous. And yes, once the varnish work is done, you can use this for your keeping your jewelry, for your decorative purpose, or you can make a candle out of it. And yes, this looks so gorgeous. So yes, with this our tutorial is done. I really hope that you all enjoyed this tutorial, and I'm listing on all the supplies down in the description box. Do check that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care. Bye bye.